Hey, how's everyone doing today? Today I'll be reacting to These People Are Sick by Sean Head. If you guys haven't heard already, Charlie Kirk died on September 10th, I believe. Horrible way to die. If you haven't seen the video, I suggest you don't. And if you have already, you can understand what I mean by how horrific it looked. No one should have to go and die that way because of their beliefs. And what's crazy to me is the left is crying cancel culture, especially with the whole Jimmy Fallon thing or Jimmy Kimmel thing, how his show got canceled. But where was that energy when the right was getting canceled, when Biden was in presidency? No one cared because they just want to have the right to say and do what they want. As long as they see people like us telling the truth, that's all they care about. All they want is the power to control what we do and say. And people like us are fed up with it, especially after the passing of Charlie Kirk. And we're not going to be silent. We're going to keep pushing the truth, regardless of what these people think or say. Because without the truth, this country will basically burn down. It'll go to shambles. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I pray that you're with our Father. I pray that your family can get through these hard times. And I pray that the Lord will keep your wife and kids safe. If you haven't seen a Sean Head video, I suggest you subscribe to her. Her content is good. She's one of the few females that I actually follow because she speaks the truth. She's not far right or far left. I believe she's a populist, which I fuck with because I voted Bernie Sanders. I do think we deserve a third party, someone that's gonna actually help the country and the people. Put America first. Trump is a step on the right direction. He's done some things for the people, but I don't agree with his stuff with Israel and stuff. But like all that money that he donates to other countries, I think he should keep for our country and our people. But that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna start rambling, so let's just jump into this and see what she has to say about Charlie Kirk.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was shot dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors.
Nope. She's right about that. I mean, you guys do not understand all the hate and all the friends that unfollowed me when they knew I voted Trump. My mom hates me because I voted for Trump. And whenever we argue about stuff that comes to politics, I'll tell her that's not true, that's not true. You can't believe the media, they're just lying to you. She gets triggered. She doesn't even want to hear it. She tells me she hates me and that I'm a racist and a dumbass for voting for another dumbass and a pedophile. It's crazy. Like, there's no reasoning with these people. Like, I love my mother to death. She took care of me and my brothers growing up. Probably not the best way because I believed the mainstream media because of her. I believed that this country was racist because of her. And so she probably didn't raise me the best, but she did take care of us. She was always there for us, and I appreciate my mother for that. But we don't see eye to eye when it comes to politics, and I will hope one day she can understand, and maybe I could change her mind. That's what Charlie Kirk would have wanted, right? But yeah, it's crazy how these people just enact violence whenever they don't agree with your views because it's not the right thing to do. Which is funny to me because they're the party of love and peace, but they're the most hateful people I've ever met. My ex was the same way. My ex will get triggered when I will say things that she didn't like. And it's like there's no reasoning with these people, honestly. So it's best that you just avoid them and try to keep your distance away because apparently they kill you now. And I'm not saying all of them are like this. Some can agree to disagree, but most of them are like this. There was like a chart that said that Gen Z is for like 50%, 60% of Gen Z is for political violence, and that's a crazy stat. Like that's crazy. If we head down that direction, this world is not this world, but this country is it's gonna be the end of it, honestly.
When it comes to the issue of murder, I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it, with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything.
Yeah, it's like ever since this happened and all these people celebrating it and trying to justify it because he was a racist, which he wasn't, and he was a pro Palestine getting bombed and stuff. It's just and a transphobic. Like, okay, let's say he was all of that. Let's just say he was. I'm not saying he is, because I know he isn't. But let's say he was all of that. All of the stuff that these people claim he was. What about Hassan Piker and Destiny? They've literally said worse stuff than this. They're pro-terrorism. They're pro-violence and all of this. They want to hurt Republican people. They literally say on camera, who's gonna kill this person? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? We have to get this. We have to do this. We have to fight back. It's always been the left. They always talk about violence. It's not just these YouTubers. It's politicians. It's the news. Like, of course people are gonna go haywire and crazy when that's all they're being fed non-stop every day. Like the Jimmy Kimmel thing, people are like, oh, he lost his job because they didn't like the joke. No, it's not because of that. It's because he's spreading false information. The killer was clearly a left radical with a trans boyfriend. And if it was a Republican, I don't see why they would kill him. It just makes no sense. A Republican would not kill Charlie Kirk. The Republicans loved him. And on top of that, they're trying to say that Trump didn't care. Jimmy Kimmel showed a clip where they asked Trump how he's feeling about Charlie Kirk's death. He says everything's good, and then he starts talking about the ballroom. Okay, but if you see the whole interview, he kept getting questions about him. He got like another 4 or 5 prior to that. And they don't show that. Like, why are you trying to make the left seem like they're innocent in all of this? They're not. And that's why Jimmy Kimmel lost his job. because he's spreading false information, and he's not even a news reporter, he's a comedian. Why is he talking about politics in the first place? But oh, the right is soft, they're a bunch of snowflakes, they're trying to cancel. I don't want to hear that bullshit. You guys canceled first for stuff way less worse than this. It was people talking about the vaccine and they got canceled. They lost their bank accounts because they were talking about the COVID vaccine. And then they were trying to refuse the mask mandate and all of this. How can you even compare the two? You can't. One is murder, one is our rights. And people are celebrating murder. And like this whole week, I've been motivated to speak the truth, try to get my word out there on TikTok, on here. And I hope that one day maybe I can reach the audience and become someone big, someone like Charlie Kirk, where I can motivate people to be better, put God in your life. I used to call myself an atheist, and ever since I found God, my life's been a lot better. Honestly, I'm not depressed anymore. And that's what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. A better place, a better country for our people.
Else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a fucking guy. He was a fucking podcaster.
A regular ass dude.
He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. For example, the two most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots.
The one that I didn't agree with was where he talked about his daughter and her being sexually assaulted, raped, and he said that he will have her have the child. I didn't agree with that one. That one's too radical for me. But for the most part, most of his takes were just the truth, and you can't deny it. If you're able to remove your feelings out of the things that he says, which is what I had to do to see the truth. Once you remove your feelings from politics, you understand that most of the stuff Charlie Kirk said wasn't a lie.
But guess what? Both those things, the two most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize.
Yep, that's another thing. People take these quotes without the full context, which is what I was talking about with Jimmy Kimmel. Took a 3-second clip of Trump talking about the ballroom and told the whole country that Trump isn't grieving for his friend, his son, basically, when that was a blatant lie. But
for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a strong
and that Stephen King thing,
they get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real
I don't even want to watch his new movie.
Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he
Yeah.
said warranted his life being taken.
And that's what I tell people. Like my friend, he's from Pakistan, Muslim. Apparently, Charlie Kirk, I said he's my friend claims that he was for the killing of the people in Palestine. I still don't believe it because I need to see the whole context first. But let's say if he did, I told my friend, let's say Charlie Kirk did say this. Why do I care? That's his opinion. He's allowed to have his opinion. I'm not gonna hate him for it. You don't have to hate him for it either. You just don't listen to him. Just do your own thing. Worry about your own life. And that's the thing. People are too focused on other people's lives when they should be bettering themselves. That's what God wants from all of us.
Taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining
Facts.
not just one
Facts.
wrong guy, but two wrong guys,
can't
the
talk about that
FBI
one
finally
country.
got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too f***ing busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this f***ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?
I fucking hate it here. A lot.
I know, and people find that funny. I'm like, that's not even funny. Fucking furries. Oh man, these people are just crazy. They're just crazy, and I feel sorry for my brother and my mom and my dad because they don't know any better. They're brainwashed, I would think, and I just pray to God that I'm able to save them. Because they don't realize the truth behind the Democratic Party. Like, this is the truth behind them. They just incite violence. They're the most disgusting, vile, racist people you will ever meet. They're fake. Like, these people pretend to be nice. They'll be nice to everyone, but behind closed doors, they're bitches, honestly. They will make your life a living hell. Like, they're the type of people that do good things so to prove that they're good people. But you don't have to prove to be a good person. If you're a good person, it just comes off naturally. And that's why when people call me a bigot or racist and all these other things, yeah, I get mad because they don't know me. I don't like to say I don't like to call myself a good person because I'm not perfect, but I can admit I'm a humble person. And I will never do anything to harm an innocent life. Now, if they do something to my kids or my nieces, that's a whole different story. Or to my family. I'm doing that out of self-defense. But besides that, I could never harm anyone. No matter what they say, what horrible things they say to me, I will never hate someone. I will just ignore them and stop talking to them, period. That's all you need to do. But they don't understand that.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes. And I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest. I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav Squat meme from 2012, And they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like, groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about...
And before I continue the video, did I not just say my mom and I don't agree politically? I'm not even a Republican. I'm a moderate. I still agree with some liberal views. I just don't agree with the whole progressive communist views that they're heading towards. But I also don't agree with all the Republican views. I don't agree with their support for Israel or the Judeo-Christianity thing, because I'm Catholic and I believe that, I can't say it, but it says in the Bible, it says they killed Jesus. And you know, I just can't agree with that. And they're killing innocent people too. So yeah, I'm not affiliated with any party anymore, because both sides have their crazies, I'm not gonna lie. But the moment you say stuff that doesn't align with the left, they exile you. And me and my family is proof alone of that.
Their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when...
So how does it make sense that just because his parents were conservative, he's conservative? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that.
I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shu here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my...
Wait, what did that say?
So maybe more things will come out. Editor Shu here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
And she thinks it's funny too. That's the worst part. Like, that was so fucking cringy. What a stupid bitch. Another stupid bitch. Another stupid bitch. Do you guys see the pattern?
And God's timing is always right.
Another one.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm
And they're always fucking ugly.
smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little...
Oh my goodness, those fucking septum rings, I just want to skip through all of this.
Bitches.
I just can't.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
And I hope this bitch lost her job, just so we could say the same thing about you.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead.
Well, she lost her. She got expelled. So I'm happy that she got expelled. I hope all of these people lost their jobs.
Heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like
You're fucking
violence,
weird.
but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to.
Shut the fuck up. You can't say shit, you fucking leftist. You guys started cancel culture.
Express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
What the fuck is this? Another thing, another creature. Oh my god. I just can't. This is why I couldn't vote for Kamala, because all of the weird people are on that side now. All of them. Those people shouldn't even have the right to vote, I'm gonna be honest. If you're fucking mentally ill, you shouldn't be voting. Because you're not voting for policies at that point. You're just voting because you hate the other side. This alone is proof of that.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation.
I can't stand these people. I can't stand these people. Can't stand these people.
There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like,
you know what's crazy? This dumbass is talking about this. How Charlie Kirk's have that mentality, the mentality of a Christian family, following God, doing the right thing. When I saw a video literally of a mother talking to her two daughters, asking them, guess what happened today? Guess who died? And then the first response was, who? Donald Trump? Who? J.D. Vance? And I'm like, this is sad. These girls are excited for people to die. It was like a 6 and a 4-year-old girl. That's the type of people we don't want. Like, you're inciting hate and violence to your kids. But this is bad. It's having your kids follow God, doing the right thing, being a good person. So you want to make Charlie's kids' life a living hell after they already lost their dad?
get rid of the whole family. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of the.
Did she say get rid of the family? Talking about killing a little boy, or like a 2-year-old boy, 1-year-old boy, and like a 4-year-old girl. I can't. I just can't. From now on, every time I talk to women, I'm gonna ask them, what are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk? And depending on their answer, I'll decide if they're worth my time, honestly. Because if they talk bad about Charlie Kirk, if they say anything bad about Charlie Kirk, I already know the type of person that they are, and there's no point in even, you know, wasting your time to change their mind, because they'll never change their mind.
These people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes, thousands of tweets celebrating it, with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses,
I know
pediatricians,
nurses that
people who work with
posted
kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy "in this house we believe" shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death. This is different. It's never been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here full face, full name, like hell yeah, murder.
Yeah, they don't care.
What? The smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly
because they don't have any consequences, and that's the thing with this country. When people do shit like this, when people steal, there should be consequences. That's the only way they're gonna stop doing this dumbass shit.
Sociopathic with their full name and face,
because they're too comfortable.
They live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history needs to end. They will blame you for your death because words are violence.
I don't know who ever said that the Democrats were the right side of history. If you go back enough in history, the Democrats were the ones that wanted slavery, because after a certain point in time, the party switched and the Republicans were the original Democrats. But people are too stupid to do their own research.
Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out, because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women.
I said that from the very beginning. It's just the women are so much evil than the man. Way more evil. They hate men. That's just it. They don't want conservative people because they want to be the ones in control.
Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from like 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state.
Like, how can I be a Nazi when I'm a minority? I'm Mexican. Born in America, but I'm still Mexican. I'm still Latino. And when I advocate for better borders, for the deportation of illegal immigrants, mostly criminals, because I do think the innocents should stay and work because they're actually helping the economy. I don't agree with their minimum wage pay. I think they should be paid a decent amount, maybe not full pay, because at the end of the day they're here on a visa. But they should get a visa. I agree with that. But the criminals, they should all get deported, regardless if they have families and kids. They should get deported. They don't belong here. But when people hear me say this, they call me a traitor to my country, to my people. First of all, just because I'm Mexican doesn't mean I owe Mexico anything or their people anything. So don't use that against me. That's emotional manipulation, identity politics, and that doesn't work on me anymore, because my people are the American people and my country is America, and that's what people don't understand.
New York was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist.
But I'm a fascist and a Nazi for thinking like
and
that.
their mother
Even though I'm
Mexican,
Mexican,
and a Nazi
it makes
for
no
the
sense.
past like 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my
And a
audience
racist.
like, Shoo, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden, criticizing the Democratic Party, not being attracted to feminine men, not hating men in general, criticizing Canada's MAID program, not taking the COVID
all from the
vaccine,
left.
criticizing the FBI, criticizing the
Only one came from the right. That's what she's saying.
CIA, believing...
And that's true. Most of the Republicans I know are the nicest people I'll ever meet, honestly. They can agree to disagree. They won't hate you or anything. But when it's someone on the left, they hate you. They cannot agree to disagree. And you cannot be friends.
The CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat,
So all
being
of this makes her a
monogamous,
Nazi?
liking
That's
Huey
crazy.
Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, its toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi.
That right there is what I was talking about, guys. When people say and claim that they're a good person, those are the people you want to avoid. Because if a good person doesn't claim or say that they are a good person, they just do it. They just do good acts, good things without anything in return.
Nazi. And actually it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
That's fucking stupid. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi. But these people wholeheartedly believe this. Either they're stupid as hell or they wholeheartedly 100% believe it because they're stupid as hell.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So that video never happened. I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single, like...
I'm a hero. It looks like she's about to cry. I hate seeing people cry. Especially when it's people like innocent people like Charlie Kirk.
Like lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know, and like checking out
because
what
I could
they have
relate
been
because I
saying
used
about
to
this.
think crazy like that.
And besides maybe like 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control, which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening. I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean. I was trying to like grasp onto a flotation device, checking all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. Maybe they changed. Maybe I changed. Is everyone going crazy?
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way, girl. Because all my friends were liberal. And, like, you spend all these years with them. And they're good people, you know. But once you see stuff like this, you just can't. It's like, at that point, it's not about the right or the left. At that point, it's just being a good and bad person. And I do not want to associate with bad people. I don't need bad people in my life.
Or am I going crazy? I don't know. All I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but you know, like, they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those, like, woke SJWs, like, they were cool, we can disagree and still be friends. You know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course.
But now we don't know.
But if they would celebrate
an innocent father or husband, like, what makes you think they won't celebrate our death? That's the hardest thing, to be honest.
An exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, if they would celebrate that clone being murdered, they're not your friend. No. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, rip bozo. It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society. Like, that's it. Yeah, it's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the f*** are you celebrating? You! They think you're a f***ing Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around